Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the midday news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says no stone will be left unturned to fulfil the dream of housing for all. NITI Aayog releases second edition of Report on Healthy States and Progressive India. Kerala tops on overall health performance. Today is the 44th anniversary of the emergency. BJP terms it a dark period in Indian history. Supreme Court refuses to entertain Congress plea to hold separate by-polls for 2 Rajya Sabha seats in Gujarat. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar files his nomination from Gujarat. And in ICC Cricket World Cup hosts England to take on Australia at London a short while from now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said no stone will be left unturned to fulfill the dream of housing for all, which will give wings to crores of aspirations. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said 4 years ago the government had started important initiatives, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Urban Smart City Mission and the Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, with the aim of transforming the urban landscape. The Prime Minister said these initiatives have seen record investment, speed, use of technology and public participation. He said the government is committed to further improve the urban infrastructure. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio this Sunday. It will be the first Mann Ki Baat after Mr. Modi assumed office for the second time. Our correspondent reports the Prime Minister has been raising various important issues through the monthly program, which is aired on the last Sunday of every month. In January this year, Mr. Modi talked about India's achievements in space technology. The PM added that India will soon register its presence on the moon through Chandrayaan-2 campaign.
देश आजाद होने से लेकर 2014 तक जितने स्पेस मिशन हुए हैं, लगभग उतने ही स्पेस मिशन की शुरुआत बीते 4 वर्षों में हुई है। हमने एक ही अंतरिक्ष यान से एक साथ 104 सैटेलाइट लॉन्च करने का वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड भी बनाया है। हम जल्द ही चंद्रयान-2 अभियान के माध्यम से चांद पर भारत की मौजूदगी दर्ज कराने वाले हैं।
As promised by Prime Minister Modi, India is all set to launch the Chandrayaan-2 mission on the 15th of next month. This was announced by ISRO Chairman Dr. K. Sivan in Bengaluru.
What we have already, that is Chandrayaan-1 mission, and we have Mars Orbiter mission. Now we are entering into Chandrayaan-2 mission. ISRO has firmed up date of launch. It is July 15, early morning, 2 o'clock and 51 minutes. This is the launch date and time for the Chandrayaan-2 mission.
Kerala has topped among large states on overall health performance in NITI Aayog's Health Index, followed by Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. However, in terms of incremental performance, Haryana, Rajasthan and Jharkhand are the top 3 states who performed well in comparison to the last health index. The report ranks states and union territories innovatively on their year-on-year incremental change in health outcomes as well as their overall performance with respect to each other. Speaking on the occasion, Vice Chairman NITI Aayog Rajiv Kumar said the centre is working with states to improve the health indicators.
We can improve the health indicators in the 112 aspirational districts, and the entire national average will come up, and that is our hope and that's our effort. We are following the strictest possible criteria, and this is also vetted by third party.
Talking to AIR News, member NITI Aayog V.K. Paul said this index helps states to systematically assess their performance with respect to their past performances as well as other states, which promotes competitive federalism. Talking to AIR News, Health Secretary Preeti Sudan said the health index will help the government to assess its performance and states will get direction on the way forward. The Round 2 report was released by Dr. Rajiv Kumar in the presence of member NITI Aayog, Dr. V.K. Paul, CEO NITI Aayog, Amitabh Kant, Union Health Secretary Preeti Sudan and representatives from World Bank. Today is the 44th anniversary of the emergency. The then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi had imposed emergency on the midnight of the 25th of June in 1975. In a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, "India salutes all those greats who fiercely and fearlessly resisted the emergency." He said the country's democratic ethos successfully prevailed over an authoritarian mindset. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said the declaration of emergency and the incidents that followed mark one of the darkest chapters in India's history. He said, "On this day, people of the country should always remember the importance of upholding the integrity of our institutions and the Constitution." Home Minister Amit Shah has paid his tributes to the fighters of the emergency period. In a tweet, Mr. Shah said the country's democracy was killed for political interests during the emergency. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said the crisis of democracy was defeated by the people on the 20th of March 1977 by defeating the Congress and electing the Janata Party. In a tweet, Mr. Javadekar said it was only once in independent India that elections did not take place after 5 years and they were postponed. It was done by the Congress during emergency. BJP today attacked the Congress on emergency, terming it a dark period in Indian history. Talking to media outside Parliament, party MP Meenakshi Lekhi said the constitution was subverted and human rights were violated by this anti-democracy decision. She blamed former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi for taking such an extreme step for political gain. The BJP MP also hit out at West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for her allegation that the country went through super emergency in the last 5 years. Ms. Lekhi alleged that the Chief Minister has no right to talk about emergency as people of West Bengal are witnessing a similar situation in the state under her regime. The Lok Sabha has resumed discussion on the motion of thanks on the President's address to the joint sitting of both Houses of Parliament. Initiating the discussion, DMK member Dayanidhi Maran raised the issue of water crisis prevailing in Tamil Nadu in particular and also throughout the country. Ruling ally members objected to him when he said that the water scarcity was because the government was not worried and it has become worse due to the complacency of the ruling party in the state. BJP member Rajiv Pratap Rudy and other members raised a point of order on certain words uttered by the member. MOS Arjun Meghwal also objected to Maran's comment on the government. Speaking on the motion, BJP member from Mathura Hema Malini thanked the government for making efforts to bring the ladies to the limelight. Stating that drinking water is a big problem not only in Tamil Nadu but also in the entire nation, she insisted that purification of river Yamuna should be accorded priority. The centre has invited views and suggestions from the states to review certain aspects of the crop insurance scheme. Replying to supplementaries in the Lok Sabha, the Minister of State for Agriculture, Purushottam Rupala, said that the government has received several representations from various sections to make the crop insurance scheme voluntary or optional. Presently, the scheme is mandatory for the farmers to claim insurance benefit. The last rites of BJP Rajasthan State President Madan Lal Saini will be performed at his native place, Radhakrishnapura in Sikar district at 4 this evening. 75-year-old Madan Lal Saini took the last breath in Delhi's AIIMS last evening. Mortal remains of Mr. Saini were kept in the BJP office in Jaipur this morning, where many leaders, including Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot, former CM Vasundhara Raje and Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat paid last respects to him. Mr. Saini was a member of the Rajasthan Legislative Assembly from 1990 to 92. In June 2018, he was appointed as State BJP President. Meanwhile, the Rajya Sabha was adjourned today till 2 p.m. as a mark of respect to the death of sitting MP from Rajasthan Madan Lal Saini. Chairman of the Rajya Sabha M. Venkaiah Naidu and other leaders paid their last tributes to the departed leader. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar filed his nomination for Rajya Sabha by-election from Gujarat as BJP candidate today. BJP candidate Jugal Thakur Lokhandwala also filed his nomination for the second seat. Both the candidates met Chief Minister Vijay Rupani this morning before filing their nominations. Opposition Congress also decided to field 2 candidates for 2 seats of Rajya Sabha from Gujarat. Former Minister Chandrikaben Chudasama and Gaurav Pandya will file their nominations as Congress candidates. AIR correspondent reports that looking to the strength of the BJP in the State Assembly, the party is confident to win both the seats. 2 seats of Rajya Sabha fell vacant following the resignations of Amit Shah and Smriti Irani after their election to Lok Sabha in the recent general elections. Today is the last day for filing of nomination. Polling, if required, will be held on the 5th of July. The Supreme Court today refused to entertain a plea by the Gujarat Congress challenging the Election Commission's decision to hold separate by-polls to 2 Rajya Sabha seats in the state. A vacation bench comprising Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice B.R. Gavai, however, granted liberty to the Gujarat Congress to file an election petition after conclusion of polls to the 2 Rajya Sabha seats vacated by Union Ministers Amit Shah and Smriti Irani. An election petition is a procedure to call into question the election results of parliamentary, assembly or local elections. The plea was filed by Congress MLA and Leader of Opposition in Gujarat Assembly, Paresh Bhai Dhanani. The 2 Rajya Sabha seats fell vacant after Mr. Shah got elected to the Lok Sabha from Gandhinagar and Ms. Irani from Amethi. Both were elected as Rajya Sabha members from Gujarat in 2017. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is arriving tonight in India on a 3-day visit. He will call on Prime Minister Narendra Modi tomorrow and hold talks with External Affairs Minister Dr. S Jaishankar in New Delhi. Later, Mr. Pompeo and Mr. Jaishankar will issue press statements. This is the first high-level engagement with the U.S. after the general elections in India. Mr. Pompeo's visit will be an important opportunity for both sides to explore ways to further strengthen the India-U.S. strategic partnership. Iran today slammed Trump administration over new U.S. sanctions targeting the Islamic Republic's supreme leader and other top officials. Iran's foreign ministry spokesman Abbas Mousavi said the measures spell permanent closure of diplomacy between Tehran and Washington. He said the Trump administration is annihilating all the established international mechanisms for keeping peace and security in the world. President Donald Trump enacted the new sanctions yesterday against Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and his associates. In the ICC Cricket World Cup, hosts England will take on Australia in London today. The match will begin at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. All India Radio will broadcast live commentary on the game. It can be heard on DTH Hindi and additional frequencies from 2:30 p.m. onwards. A report.
Cricket lovers will get to see one of the biggest battles of this World Cup when long-standing rivals England and Australia will be head-to-head at Lord's in London. Billed as the pre-tournament favourites, England's campaign has derailed a bit with 2 losses against Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Owen Morgan's men are placed 4th in the points table. To remain in contest for semi-finals, they need to win 2 out of their 3 remaining matches. On the other hand, Aussies under Aaron Finch, sitting comfortably at the 2nd spot, would aim to continue their winning spree. Today's win will help them move to the top of the points table. Out of 7 encounters in the World Cup, Australia, with 5 wins, will have psychological advantage against the hosts. With Tripti Srivastav, Zakir Nazir, Sports Day.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says no stone will be left unturned to fulfill the dream of housing for all. NITI Aayog releases 2nd edition of report on healthy states and progressive India. Kerala tops on overall health performance. Today is the 44th anniversary of the emergency. BJP terms it a dark period in Indian history. Supreme Court refuses to entertain Congress plea to hold separate by-polls for 2 Rajya Sabha seats in Gujarat. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar files his nomination from Gujarat. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, hosts England to take on Australia at London a short while from now. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And with that, we end the Midday News.